Welcome back. So we have covered till Marxism. Now it's time for we have completed mainstream theories. Okay. So now it is time for theories of integration, under which we'll study first of all functionalism, then neo-functionalism. So in context of functionalism, okay, if we go for the context of functionalism, we'll come to know about that international organization, okay, which plays very crucial role in resolving specific practical problems between nation states and promotes cooperation regardless of their political degrees of differences. Okay, so functionalism as an international relation theory focuses on that how international organization emerged, okay, and addresses the issue in that way which is needed in a particular way differently to the each nation states. Like I as a nation state A is fulfilled, is like a full-fledged, like having best defense system, best military system, best economy, everything. But what I need further, what my citizens need for further, I should also ensure the human security. I should also also secure the cyber security. I should also ensure the peace. I should also ensure the climate change mitigation. So this is my new problems that I need to address. My situation may not be same as the other nation state. Maybe maybe the nation state B has no particular strengthful military forces, economic and defense forces. So their priority and my our priority as a nation state A and nation state B varies. What is the demand? What is the uh, issue which needs to be addressed according to the structural deformalities of a particular nation state? That is dealt in functionalism. Okay, so this approach emphasizes that importance of economic, technical, serious non-political issues, environment, humanitarian crisis, okay, whether people are getting their rights, their dues, justice, equality. Assuming that cooperation in these areas can lead to a broader international integration and peace. How functionalism interprets the role of IO? So we'll see this. First, addressing the practical needs. Okay, what is the need of a particular nation state may not be same for everyone. We cannot use same rules and regulation for each one. Rules should be differentiated according to their different specialized function. So addressing practical needs by technical cooperation and problem solving mechanism. How technical cooperation according to functionalism, international organization developed to manage the specific technical functions that needs to transcend and dissolve the distance between two nation borders. Okay, these are often related to like trade, communication, health, transport, etc. World Health Organization and International Telecommunication Union. This all plays very significant role in solving these practical problems. Okay, this also intervene into the ideological issues and try to resolve them. Problem solving mechanism like International Civil Aviation Organization is one of the international organization which standardize the air traffic rule and ensure the safety air travel pan world. Okay, this organization achieving specific goal, and their mandate grows as the state recognize the benefits of the cooperation in their special areas or the functional areas. Now second is gradual integration through functional cooperation. First we'll talk about gradual integration through functional and cooperation is ensured by two things, that is spillover effect and incremental integration. First of all, what is a spillover effect? Spillover effect is particular thing, which just recommends the cooperation in a technical or economic area, which will help, which will benefit your political integration too. For example, like geopolitics or geoeconomics, how geoeconomics is a strategy. Okay, it is the strategy of making the economic cooperation, technical cooperation in certain areas of trade and negotiation, which will lead to the political benefits. Okay, so this is how the spillover effect work. For example, European Union can be the best example, which is purely economic and organization like European Coal and Steel Community, but over the time it expanded its political horizons and social horizons, typically fostering the deep integrations between the member states. And functionalists argue that all these procedures can occur globally, where cooperation in non-political sectors can spill over into some comprehensive cooperation and peace building efforts. Then incremental integration. Functionalism also goes with or it advocates that a gradual and incremental approach to the global governance, okay, rather than pushing for ambitious all encompasses the political institution, and it focuses on building cooperation in a specific and limited area. Okay, for example, the need of the hour is the climate change. Need of the hour is pandemic. So it too will focus on those area which is crucial to the 11th hour, it is crucial to the now. And if you promise that you will help someone in their current issue, okay, then you will just start to grow cooperation, start to go nearby to them. Okay, so this all will result in an incremental integration, okay, which is forced by the area where you need to prioritize your cooperation instantaneously. Okay, and over the time, state sees that benefits of cooperation in one area is very good, so why there more be chances of growing friendship together, and maybe the next will help me in other issues also, and in this way the two nation state come together. Okay, this is the concept of incremental integration. Now, depoliticization of international relation by focusing on non-political issues and neutral experts and technocrats, like and okay, like depoliticization of international issues, forgetting about all those political admiration and ambitions, okay, and focusing on non-political issues, okay, on the sensitive matters of defense, military, okay, like disasters. So all these will somehow is a performance related to the specialized thing, okay, and this all transcends that irrespective of political interest, we are fostering another filled collective benefits. Okay, then neutral experts and technocrats, which is talking about like functionalist theory emphasize on the role of technocrats and neutral experts, which give their specialized knowledge and view to solve the problem which global which is global, okay, with the problem which is global facing by the citizens of all over the countries, pan world, all nation states, not to a single one. Okay, like the innovation in the field of social media by Meta, by a technocrat Mark Zuckerberg, is not for only the people of particular nation state that he belongs to. It is for everyone, pan world, whole world. All the citizens are using, all the citizens, like all the citizens over all the world, all the nation states and their citizens are using those platforms. Okay, so technocrats and neutral experts are very much necessary in depoliticization of international relations. Then reducing anarchy and building trust by managing interdependence, okay, on the issues which is very essential, and building trust, okay, on the things like we will mitigate the climate challenge, okay, by fulfilling our responsibility towards the climate change. So all this. So United Nations Environment Program is one of the most key example we can say for the building of trust, managing interdependence. For that we can consider WTO as the best example. Then functional autonomy of authority and authorities of IO, by authority in specific domains. Like IOs or international organization can gain their autonomy and authority in the specific areas of expertise. Okay, these organization often operates independently of the direct state control, and their autonomy, that IOs exercising the autonomy, which without intervention of certain actors of states, perform in a better way, in an efficient way. Okay, for example, in Indian international sorry International Maritime Organization sets a safety standard for the international shipping, and states abide by it, these standards without intervention. That why are you setting up certain standards? We don't like this, we don't address this. They believe on the IMO's expertise in this domain, irrespective of their interference should be there. Authority derived from success, like IOs, authority of IOs according to functionalism derives the success in solving practical problems. Okay, IOs demonstrate that effectiveness, that they gained greater legitimacy and authority in the international system. States are morely like to cede some level of sovereignty to IOs if they see tangible benefits from doing so. The success of World Health Organization in coordinating the global health response enhances its authority and increases the state compliance with the guidelines. It means that authority that an international organization has, and the success it drives through it, okay, which on which the state even trusts. State has full confidence over the international organization because they are the witness, of the problem solving skill of the IOs, and this all experience, this all success give them authority, give them legitimacy by all the nation states. Then minimizing conflict through cooperation by non-security issues as path to peace and functional peace, and by functional peace. Non-security issues like FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, for instance, works to combat the global hunger and promote sustainable agriculture, which helps preventing the conflicts and related to the resource scarcity. Functional peace, and the idea of functional peace is that IO can contribute to the peace by addressing the root cause of the conflict, like poverty, disease, environmental degradation. Rather than working on what is happening today, they work with the cows. Okay, so it functions very effectively. So we can say the functional peace. Okay. Sorry. Now then, evolving institutional roles. Evolving institutional roles by adapting the new challenges, like United National Framework Convention on Climate Change, expansion of functional responsibilities like in monetary funds focuses on maintaining the exchange rate stability among the different nation states. Then functional integration and European Union, it is done by European integration, okay, which is often cited as a primary example of the functionalist theory in action. Starting with the technical cooperation on the coal and steel production, the EU expanded its functional integration to encompass wide range of economic, political, and social issues. The process of integration through the functional cooperation begin in the non-political areas like environment, health, abjecting poverty, aligns with the functionalist view in the collaboration in specific sectors can eventually lead to the broader political unity and peace. Like after solving the non-political issues, as we have seen in the previous points, people gain trust with each other of different nation states. The officials of different nation state, the diplomats of different nation state gains interest to each other, gains trust with each other, and they move gradually towards the political unity too. Okay, then functionalism versus neo-functionalism is the debate. While functionalism focus on the technical cooperation on the specific issues of area, okay, specialized issues, but neo-functionalism on other hand is particularly related to theory. Okay, that is no worry to deal with that. It is very different. No, it is related theory, but it emphasizes that rather than cooperating on a specialized issue, you cooperate on specialized issue, that is okay. You function very particularly or by identifying cows, that is okay. Neo functionalists are agreed to this, but they emphasize more on the power, on the role of supranational authority, that there should be authority above which ensures all this. And by making such a supranational institution or authority, we'll dive deeper into the form of integration. And in this way, neo-functionalism builds, okay, argument that IOs once established can take on life their own push to further integration, often through spillover effects or the functional or cooperation. Like when we start doing non-political issues, we'll also get into the political areas gradually. But neo-functionalism emphasizes on the supranational authority that talk each and everything, specialized thing also, political, non-political, but surrender your sovereignty. Each one have to surrender their sovereignty to one supranational power to deliberate and discuss all those issues. So European Union serves as both of them, like functionalist perspective of IO also, and neo functionalist perspective of IO also. In conclusion, functionalism, international organization are essential for solving the global technical and economic problems, okay, which transcends or removes the national boundaries barrier. Okay, by fostering cooperation in these areas, I can create more peaceful and interconnected world. Functionalism emphasizes the non-political nature of IOs more and focusing on how to practically solve any problem, which leads to trust, cooperation, and eventually broader integration towards the states political issues. Okay, this theory suggests that we call as spillover effect, and this theory suggests that over the time IO will succeed in addressing the specific issues which may help in developing the deeper and deeper comprehensive connection among the nation states and promotes the better global governance. Okay, now second is neo-functionalism. Neo-functionalism is basically derived or built upon the idea of functionalism only, okay, but it offers the more dynamic role in international organization, that how international organization can drive deeper into, sorry for the mispronunciation, drive deeper integration and cooperation between the states. While functionalism focused on the non-political and technical cooperation, neo-functionalism introduced the idea of such cooperation can create pressure for the broader political integration, with IOs play an active role in pushing states towards a closer unity, and that unity will be seen in supranational authority. Neo-functionalism was developed primarily to explain the process of European integration, but has also later on applied to the different other regional organization. Okay, now neo-functionalism interprets role of IO in certain way. First of all, in way like role of supranational institution by proving supranational autonomy and delegated authority. Supranational autonomy is like unlike functionalism, which IOs is largely technical bodies. Okay, neo functionalism has portrayed a supranational institution as that the organization which will have the authority over and are independent of all the national governments. These organizations, once established, they have their own goals, they can push their further interest, and they can uh, go with the integration. For example, European Commission, okay, the executive body of European Union. Okay, then the next is delegated authority. Delegated authority is that the neo-functionalism pose that when state creates IOs, then they delegate some of their authorities to this institution, especially in the areas of required specialized expertise. Like over the time, IOs gain more and more authority and influences because because in managing the complex issues. Okay, and supranational organization like European Court of Justice means delegated authority means they are the supranational entities have different like subunits, okay, which are delegated with the different task, different roles, and which lastly get binding on that supranational authority, okay, which consist the member state from the different nation states. So this how the IOs can take autonomous role and expand their scope of influence, because when they'll delegate, okay, they have the better performance, their supranational authority have the better performance, the chance to build up trust more, the chance to surrender the trust more over that authority, supranational authority. And when there is chance of most of the people, most of the nation state come together, and most of the nation state will integrate together. Okay, now spillover effect in this also, like functional spillover and political spillover. Similarly, functionalism, neo functionalism also emphasize on spillover effect. That is the idea of successful cooperation in one sector can lead to the pressure to the another sector. Okay, for example, we can say economic cooperation between states by harmonizing the trade policies, okay, regulatory standards, this that eventually lead to the political integration also. For example, we can say that European Union. Then political spillover is that neo functionalism introduced the concept of political spillover also. That this refers to the idea that as integration process is very technical, okay, areas, political actors like interest group, business groups, pressure groups, citizens, civil societies push the integration in other domains also. Okay, for example, these are the like non-political actors, but they promote political spillover, and when they push certain things, okay, when they come into the role, then they also reach to the further integration on the other domains like rights, poverty, discrimination, another social domains, you know. So this way happens like European economies, European business, labor group, all they started lobbying, influencing, persuasion, power persuasion, okay. So eventually it led to the economic domain integration, like euro implemented all over the state member state of the European Union. So this is how. Then elite socialization and creation of supranational loyalties by supranational loyalties and technocratic leadership. Like supranational loyalties means neo functionalism emphasize on the role of elite socialization, where bureaucrats, politicians, and other elites, okay, work with IOs, develop the loyalty, okay, and this supranational institution, like give them opportunity to get more involved into the decision making process, and these elites may push the deep integration and the further authority for the IO. For instance, EU officials often advocate for a stronger EU policy and deeper integration because they see that the benefits of working together of at the supranational level benefits all the way. Okay, then technocratic leadership is that IO, seen as the fostering technocratic elite, is committed to the solving problem through rational and expert-driven decision making, and technocrats are more focused on the long-term functional solutions, okay, and on the short-term political concern. So, towards the deeper cooperation, especially in the complex technical areas where state coordination is very essential, European Commission role pushing for economic integration across the Europe is an example of how technocrat elites, okay, influencing, okay, their integration process. Like similarly, I talked about the metaverse, okay, how it's connecting people with their expertise across the border, cross border, inter border, intra border, interstate, sorry, interstate, intrastate. Okay. Now, incremental process of integration. By integration as an ongoing process, unintended consequences. Okay, integration as ongoing process is that uh, like different nation states having different dynamics to perform. Each step they face new challenges which required the different adorable integration from one to another as per the circumstances. So integration is all the way ongoing process. Like no one is free of problems. Everyone face problem, and everyone need to dissolve this problem with the help of the other nation state. So it is integration is the ongoing process, then unintended consequences. New functionalism also suggests that the process of integration often leads to unintended consequences. That these consequences we are not intend to have, but somehow it has occurred. Now we have to face it. State may create IOs with the limited goals, but as the cooperation depends in one area, it generates pressure for the further integration in other area. Okay, like if you has begun like to integrate on specific industry, coal industry issue, but later on somehow they don't want it. Okay, like they have not never thought about to making a such one uniform monetary policy, justice, foreign affairs, but later on deciding on a specific industry issues, by the time gradually they've shifted into the other areas of making monetary policy justice. They don't have planned it to do so, but according to circumstance, the new things emerge and they have to make plan on those only, on those areas also. So this is then interest group involvement and transnational network. The role of non-state actors like lobbyists, like interest group, okay, seeking solution to the issues which requires the transnational cooperation, civil society organization, as I've said. European business groups have long lobbied for the common regulation and market interest across the EU's, recognizing that deeper integration benefits their operation and profits. And transnational networks of professional experts are very crucial. Okay, because they interact within IOs, they create a shared networks of shared interest, okay, which further deepens the cooperation. An environmental organization work with the EU frame to push to the environmental common environmental standard, leading policy that transcends the national interest, okay, and go for a collective goal. Then regional integration as model by focusing on regional integration. Yeah, neo-functionalism emphasizes more on regional integration because it talked about the supranational authority like ASEAN's Association of Southeast Asian Mercosur. Okay, like African Union, Mercosur as a common market. Okay, African Union. So all these work regionally. Okay, they are groupings of a particular nation states who are geographically at the same, belonging to the same region. Okay, now they vary in the level of their success, but they are focusing on their regional integration, and this is how they are promoting integration among each other. And global integration potential, WTO, IMF, Health Organization. These all the global, dealing with the global economic technical issues, facilitating the broader global integration, interaction through the functional and political spillover. And the process is more challenging due to the diversity of interest among the global actors, because global south has different aspirations, north has different aspiration, but somehow the scope of potential is all. Limitation of neo functionalism is, we can say that it limits because of political backlash and uneven integration. Political backlash can be seen in the case of Brexit, like UK's exit from European Union. One of the critical critical or the critique of neo-functionalism is that it takes for granted the potential of backlash, political backlash against integration. National government and population along with it may resist certain integration which will infringe their national sovereignty, which will question their national sovereignty all the way, and they become reluctant towards that, and they just withdraw. So this is the particular scenario of political backlash, that they withdraw from that supranational authority which curbs their own sovereignty, being member. Okay, then uneven integration, somewhere we'll seek that neo functionalism works in very efficient way, somewhere it is like not so successful. Okay, because unevenness, and this unevenness creates tension within the IOs and the different members that are part of it. So this is also one of the limitation of being into the supranational authority according to neo functionalism. Then role of crisis in integration. Crisis is one of the tool, it is one of the provoking force, it works as a catalyst, okay, to come together, to form something big, to form something supranational. Okay, and this is how the particular member state come together, and they join hand together and work in the crisis. So role of integration is very much in time of crisis. Then integration through necessity, like in neo-functionalism, crisis creates a sense of necessity that push member state to delegate more authority to the IOs or supra national bodies. And this crisis reveals the limit of a national solution, that the nation state alone you cannot make certain solution which is apt for that problem. So it is a clear-cut direction that you have to make certain transnational cooperation despite of different boundaries and address the global issues. Okay, then the conclusion is that neo-functionalism presents more dynamic and political driven view of international organization. Yeah, that is true, rather than functionalism, because functionalism always focused on a specialized thing, but it never talked about the delegation. Okay, delegation, devolution of the power to the supranational authority. So that's why new functionalism is more effective. It highlights how IOs, particularly supranational institution, can play an active role in driving deeper into the integration between the nation states, with spillover effects, elite socialization, and involvement of many transnational interest groups. Okay. Neo-functionalism has particularly been very successful in explaining the process of European Union integration, okay? And it incites about the role of IO as a very, very necessary, as it will increase the nature of integration and have a broader and wider applicability, which is beneficial for the global challenges. However, it also faces challenges, like in order to make supranational authority, yeah, we face challenges, we face uneven integration, we face political backlash. But despite of all this, as a supranational authority, it is very, very helpful in addressing the political resistance to integrate and the uneven pace of growth in the different areas of cooperation. And this is how, under one umbrella, all of them come together, be it developed, underdeveloped, or developing, and cooperate together for a particular progress. So that's all. Thank you.